now, technical difficulties aside, and we have started recording. So obviously we've already got some questions in queue. John Hunter is, as a quick reminder, he is leading the points for us in his Toyota Tundra for Kyle Busch Motorsports. And he is also going to jump behind the wheel of a Toyota Supra this weekend for Sam Hunt Racing up at Dover. So John Hunter, are you excited to try your hand at two different Toyotas this weekend rather than just one?
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm excited to get behind the wheel of the Toyota Supra for Sam Hunt Racing this weekend. I feel like we both have big expectations. Santino Ferrucci has run really well in that car with limited stock car experience this year. So hoping that the experience from myself and being able to run there in the past will pay off this weekend. No, I'm excited to get back behind an Xfinity car, low downforce package, be able to slide around, and Dover is one of my favorite places. So I'm excited to get going.
Awesome. Well, we will go ahead and jump into questions. I know Claire has her teams up and running successfully this morning, so we'll start with Claire. Go ahead, Claire.
All right. And you can hear me now, right? Perfect. All right. John Hunter, what can you apply, if anything, from trucks to Xfinity at a place like Dover? What applies, what doesn't apply? Two totally separate vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, they are two totally separate vehicles. Luckily, trucks are off this weekend, so I don't have a huge difference of trying to figure out one car to another. I feel like I've at least done that enough in the past that I can kind of take the differences from the truck to the Xfinity car and know a little bit different on their driving styles and what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. But pretty much the downforce package is the biggest difference, with not having a spoiler and splitter, having a really small spoiler on the Xfinity car compared to a truck with having huge splitter and huge spoiler, kind of like the Cup car. It drives completely different, so you can't get away with as much throttle response and different things of that sort. So just trying to take into account for everything that I've run in the past from that experience side, looking at all of my notes from I think my 4 Xfinity races at Dover in the past. So trying to kind of pull it all in and soak all the information up I can as a sponge.
And I know the trucks aren't running, but are you saying that had the trucks been running, it might have confused you or made it more difficult if you had to do both? Because it's only Xfinity this weekend, but would it have helped you or hurt you more if the trucks were running?
I think any time that you're able to run multiple series on a weekend, it can only help you. You're turning laps. The racetrack is changing. Dover is one of those places. It's concrete. It rubbers up a lot. The track changes a lot through the daytime with rubber being put down, the temperature. There's a lot of different variables that kind of play into account there. So I think if the trucks were running, it would definitely help me. I don't think it would hinder me. I think the biggest thing, kind of like I said, was just remembering what vehicle you're in. I mean, you have 3 different vehicles, pretty much: the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, and all 3 drive different. So when you run 2 series or 3 series at a time, you just have to kind of be on your A game of knowing what to do in each vehicle.
I appreciate it. Good luck this weekend, okay? In the Super.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Claire. Next, we'll go to Jacob Seelman. Go ahead, Jacob.
Thanks, Lisa and John Hunter. Thanks for taking the time this morning. 2 questions for me. First, you talk about having various starts in Xfinity as only being able to help you. Was that part of the reason that you wanted to take the deal with Sam Hunt, was to try and fill in some of the gaps in the Truck Series schedule where maybe you weren't racing otherwise?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think anytime you can be behind the wheel, for myself as a racer, I wish that I could be racing pretty much every single day, or on a racetrack every single day. I think the biggest thing for me is just being able to continue to gain that experience. We're really solid and consistent in the NASCAR King World Truck Series right now with our Toyota Tundra, but I want to continue to do everything I can as a driver to prepare to be the best that I can be every single week. And when you have a week off, you don't necessarily get in a rhythm and continue to stay in that rhythm. So for me, it was kind of just being back behind the wheel, and then being friends with Sam. We have a long-term partner with Acme up there in the Dover region, and trucks don't go there this year. So the sponsorship worked out as well. And for myself, I wanted to try and help Sam and his organization. I know Toyota kind of supports Sam and is pushing for them to be better. So hopefully it's a win-win for all of us.
And on the Truck Series side, you referenced the consistency. Obviously, you've been to victory lane a couple of times now. Do you feel like the favorite, or do you let yourself kind of classify as that? We know what the hashtag is, but do you feel like you've kind of put yourself ahead of the field a bit on the truck side so far this year?
I mean, it's definitely nice to be leading the points. If we wouldn't have had our little Bristol run-in DNF, we would be leading by over 100 points right now or something like that. So it's a huge testament to the whole KBM organization and Toyota and TRD and everyone involved. The guys are building really fast trucks, really fast Toyota Tundras, and everyone at Toyota is giving us the resources that we need to be successful. And we're utilizing those resources. We're trying to optimize our performance every single weekend. And for myself as a driver, it's just continuing to work. As a favorite, I think a lot of people probably has classified us as the favorite so far. We only have 2 wins, so we need to definitely get some more. We've won a bunch of stages, and we let another win slip underneath our fingertips this past weekend at Darlington. So it's all about consistency. I mean, finishing in the top 10 and 8th with a pretty much destroyed Toyota Tundra this past weekend kind of shows another huge opportunity for our team to kind of continue that momentum and keep rolling. And I think Kyle and I have joked a little bit too. I got to win when he's not in it. I got to start adding win banners when he's not at the racetrack. So hopefully we can knock out some more wins and keep using our hashtag here for wins.
Perfect. Thanks, Jacob. Next we'll go to Jordan. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey, John Hunter, appreciate the time. When you took the ride with Kyle Busch Motorsports, you mentioned how it was an opportunity for you to kind of learn and get feedback from Kyle. And I'm curious, what feedback and what advice have you gotten from Kyle that's helped you become a better driver?
That my restart sucked at Darlington. Put me in a bad spot and ended up taking us out of the race and pretty much ruined our chances for the win. Kyle's been a great guy and someone who I feel like I can call as a friend, to be able to ask questions and kind of figure out different things that he may do different than I may do. He always asks questions that I may not think of off the top of my head, whether it's in a debrief or whether we're texting or hanging out or whatever it may be. So I feel like he's been a huge help to me this year, as well as Eric Phillips. Luckily, we were able to bring him on board. And I think that there's a lot of valuable information and a lot of experience between those two. And for myself, it's all about how I use that information and experience and how I soak that all their notes and everything that they're saying up like a sponge to help better myself. So being able to kind of work with Kyle and being able to race against him too, like Kansas, we didn't have the truck to win that day. He was the fastest one, and we were going to run second to him. So there were some things after that I went back and studied and kind of figured out what he was doing a little bit different than I was, and what ended up making him faster. So it's nice to just be able to talk with him and kind of get that valuable information. And you know that he's going to give you 100% straight answer as a team owner and as a boss. And you may not have got that if you would have asked him for driving for somebody else or whatever it may be.
And conversely, when you were signed with KBM, you were brought in because you have experience. You're a driver who's been in the series before. What have you brought to the team to help them elevate their program?
I don't know if that's a great question for me to answer. I'm
Well,
not
let me rephrase this. What feedback have you given the team about their program and things maybe they could do differently?
I think being able to come in with an open mindset and maybe not have done the same things that they've done in past years. I definitely feel like we've made a lot of improvements as a team, just with different variables through whatever it may be, setups or how you drive it, or whether it's utilizing the sim tool, and kind of utilizing all of our tools and resources that may not have been utilized in the right way or the proper way. I feel like Eric has definitely been a huge part of that as well, and changing up a little bit of the processes that may have been the same in the past. Or I know we always joke that some of the things are still the same from when he was there 6 or 8 years ago at Kyle Busch Motorsports, and it's always trying to improve, always trying to get better. And I definitely think that it showed this year. I think a lot of hard work went in over the off season. Still same trucks, everything that have been run over the last couple of years. And it's just utilizing everything and trying to maximize your performance and putting races together. You have to be consistent. You can't make mistakes. And I definitely feel like the experience from all of us weighs in on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan. Next, we'll go to Ashley. Go ahead, Ashley.
Hey, John, thanks for your time today. You talked about the restart late in the race at Darlington. What is it that ended up happening, causing what happened? And have you had a chance to talk to Corey since then?
I haven't talked to Corey about the restart. We're in our debrief Monday, but it didn't come up. I don't know. It's one of those things. We both spun the tires. Darlington is a hard place to restart. The guys in the second and third row can kind of anticipate the restart and roll to you and not spin tires as bad. And that place, when you have people pushing or whatever it may be, it likes to turn you sideways. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that we were both spinning tires. We were both being pushed. I know Austin Hill kind of backed off me, which kept me straight. And I don't know who was pushing the 51, but he got turned sideways and we touched. And next thing I know, we were 45 degrees into the outside wall. So it's frustrating, definitely a bummer day. I feel like we had the best truck by far. So that one is going to hurt and sting for quite a while.
You mentioned that run hurt and stinging because you guys were so dominant before then. How much extra motivation does that give you moving forward?
Yeah, I don't know if it necessarily gives us any extra motivation. I don't feel like motivation is a limitation of ours. I feel like we have a lot of motivation, a lot of confidence in our equipment, our processes, and everything that we do at Kyle Busch Motorsports. So I think for us, it's just kind of putting that in the past, knowing that we had a fast truck again. And I think the worst thing is when you have a truck like we did and as dominant as we did, it definitely hurts because you weren't able to capitalize on the situation that you needed to. And you don't have those days every single weekend, but hopefully we can have quite a few more of those this year and keep going for #HereForWins.
Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley. Next, we'll go to Anton, but a quick reminder, if you have a question, please use the hand raise tool. Otherwise, we'll end up finishing up with Anton. Go ahead, Anton.
Thanks, Lisa. Good morning, John Hunter. So this weekend, you'll have your first Xfinity race since 2019. Have you set some sort of a goal by reaching which you'll say, well, that was a great run?
I mean, obviously I want to go and win, but at the same time, trying to be realistic, I want to go and just have a solid day, try and run inside the top 10 all day. We have our work cut out for us. I think we start 35th or something like that. So definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge there to come up through. There's a lot of great teams realistically, if you look at the numbers, you should probably finish probably 12th to 15th. So hopefully we can finish inside the top 10 and just have a solid day for Sam. For me, it's all about getting laps, being behind the wheel. And then for Sam, it's about trying to help his program, trying to help the whole Toyota TRD side as well with Sam's organization, and just trying to keep it growing. He's one of the youngest owners, I feel like, and he's determined to make his program work and continue to develop young drivers. And I think this is the first time in Sam Hunt Racing history that they won't have rookie stripes on the vehicle. So hopefully that'll be an added bonus and help us continue to improve. And I think I have one more race with him later this year, just to try and help kind of grow the program and help out again. So I'm excited for it.
Thank you. Wishing you all the best for this weekend.
Thank you.
Perfect. Well, I don't see any other questions in queue, John Hunter, so you're going to get out a little bit early. So thank you, everybody, for the time. John Hunter, especially, thank you for your time, and good luck with that pretty Toyota Supra up in Dover this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.